Hey guys, what up? Welcome back to Trek on the Tube. As you can see, this is not the Vulcans video, but a little something came up called the Star Trek Discovery trailer, so I had to make a video about that and postpone the Vulcans. I know that everyone's already released their trailer breakdowns, their first thoughts, their reactions, but I wanted to take a little more time. I wanted to watch the trailer again and watch people's reactions before actually talking about it. As you know, the objective of this channel is to explain Star Trek to people that are new to the franchise. I try to stick to facts, not so much share my opinion, so I'm going to try and only go over the more important aspects of the trailer and stay objective. Technically, there are two trailers, the one released by CBS and the one released by Netflix. I showed you them both in the beginning of this video just for the sake of it, but they're pretty much the same, just cut a little differently. Before we begin, let me just specify that no matter how many lens flares you saw in that trailer, this is Prime Timeline. So it's taking place in the same timeline as all the other television series, not the three most recent movies. Also, no matter what people say, no matter what you hear, this is not a reboot. Okay, so we start off on a planet that most are assuming is Vulcan. I think that could be correct because the trailer does show and talk about Vulcans quite a bit. We have Spock's father appearing a couple times, and it would seem that Rainsford is tied to Vulcan in some way. She could be a human raised on Vulcan or simply part Vulcan. I'm betting on that. Not only Sarek tells her that her tongue is too human to be able to speak Vulcan correctly, but also this.
We've come all this way, Captain. It would be irresponsible to leave whatever that is unknown.
Seems like a very Vulcan thing to say. The ship we then see from a few different angles is the USS Shenzhou. To be honest, it does look a little modern considering what time period Discovery is going to take place in, but then so did the NX-01 and Enterprise, and yet that eventually found its place. The most troubling part of the ship is the seemingly more advanced technology than we're used to seeing in the original series, which is also present in the spacesuit we see later on. So as we see these shots of the ship, we get to see some of the crew, humans, aliens in their Starfleet uniforms. The uniforms resemble the ones from Enterprise, except this time we've got some sort of gold, silver, bronze color scheme going on. Then the trailer ends by showing us what they're calling Klingons and a very ornate ship, followed by the reaction of our Starfleet officers to some sort of threat. So there's only really a few things I want to linger on. The rest you can make up your own opinion on or just watch one of the hundreds of breakdown videos that are out there. First of all, the technology. I understand this is 2017 and a certain redesign needs to be applied. Having a new Star Trek show come out now and look like this would actually be quite disappointing. It's just a bit weird to have original series style communicators share the screen with holographic communications. The way I see it, certain things can be visually changed to better suit today's standards and yet remain the same in-universe technology. And there's absolutely no problem with that. All these screens around the bridge, for example. Yes, it looks much better in Discovery than what it looked like in the original series, but in-universe, it's still the same tech. And that's great. That's how it should be done. The dynamic view screen, however, is not just a visual change. In the Prime timeline, it's completely new. There were none in the original series and there were none in the Next Generation and so on, so it is a bit weird to see one pop up here. The view screen is just one element though, and once you take the time to actually look at all the tech that they show in the trailer, it does just look like they gave it all a visual upgrade. Except the transparent screen, that's just stupid. Probably Bob's idea. We hate you, Bob. I told you this already. Transitioning to the second thing I want to talk about, which is a very positive point, how beautiful it all looks. The costumes are amazing, the makeup is stunning, and it all looks so cinematic. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to talk about is the thing that everyone's freaking out about, the Klingons. Keep in mind this is all heavily edited. Captain Georgiou says they're about to engage the Klingons, and then it cuts to these guys. But these two shots could be from entirely different scenes. It's absolutely possible that these guys aren't actually Klingons. They could be the unknown discovery that has been found. Some people are saying that these guys could be the Herc, an ancient race that invaded the Klingon Empire in the 14th century. Or they simply could be ancient Klingons lost in this sarcophagus ship for years. Here are a couple designs of the sarcophagus ship, and some of the elements really do resemble what we see in the trailer quite a bit. Then again, this may just be the new redesigned look for the Klingons. It really would surprise me though. I mean, considering the Vulcans haven't changed one bit. Okay, so if you're a hardcore Trekkie, your initial response to the trailer was probably something along the lines of, what have they done? But if you actually take the time to take it all in, it's not that bad. It's actually pretty good. I'm really impatient to see the first few episodes and actually see where all of this goes. What do you think? I genuinely want to know what you guys make of this. Also, if you could specify whether or not you're already a Star Trek fan or you've never seen Trek in your life, that would be awesome. It kind of gives me an idea of who likes what and why. Okay everyone, thanks very much for watching, and thanks very much for subscribing. Don't you dare think I didn't notice that we hit 1,000 subscribers recently. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you all. Remember to like, remember to share with your friends, and remember, even if your tongue is too human to speak Vulcan, we can always live long and prosper.